Michael Schumacher latest, son Mick gives emotional tribute to inspirational dad Mick Schumacher, 19, hailed his dad after his first taste of Formula 2 racing in Abu Dhabi. Formula 1 legend Schumacher, 49, is still on the long road to rehabilitation after his severe skiing accident 5 years ago. His son Mick, the European F3 champion, is now well on his way to following in his father's footsteps. Mick Schumacher told motorsportmagazine.com, "Driving the track with such a strong car was definitely exciting. Since we had to do a few tests, I had to be careful while driving. But it was definitely nice to drive on a track where Formula 1 had just raced." He added, "My dad is the best and will be the best forever. To compare myself with that is just great." Formula 1 champion Lewis Hamilton said, "I'm 100% sure we will soon see the next Schumacher in Formula 1. The 7-time Formula 1 world champion Michael Schumacher is regarded as the greatest racing driver in the history of F1 racing. The German legend has not been seen in public since the horrific smash, which left him in a coma for 6 months. The Schumacher family has tried to protect him from the public glare, but his son's success could bring added scrutiny and attentions to the family's luxury estate in Switzerland. The family's sporting talent has also seen Michael Schumacher's daughter Jean Maria, 21, earn plaudits for her horse riding talent. Next news: Michael Schumacher latest, what we know about F1 legend almost 5 years after ski accident. The F1 legend suffered a severe head injury and was left in a coma, with official updates from close to Schumacher very scarce in the following months and years. Formula 1 legend driver Michael Schumacher suffered life-threatening injuries following his ski accident in the French Alps over 4 years ago. The motorsport icon was left in a coma after sustaining a severe head injury in the incident on December 29, 2013. Official updates from Schumacher's family have been incredibly scarce in the months and years following the incident. Ahead of the 2018 F1 season, his manager Sabine Kem passed on the family's thanks for fans' support. There have been suggestions he could be taken to the U.S. for specialist treatment near the Texas ranch he owns. Reported healthcare figures suggest his home care bills have now passed £20 million. In 2017, a Hamburg court ruled German outlet Bund must pay Schumacher negation 50,000 for false claims that he could walk again 2 years after the accident. Here is what we know so far. What happened? Schumacher was holidaying with friends and family in the French Alps when he suffered a severe head injury while skiing on December 29, 2013. He was airlifted to Grenoble Hospital requiring immediate neurosurgical intervention and underwent 2 life-saving operations. Schumacher remained in a coma, with doctors describing his condition as extremely serious the day after his admission. It is thought he would have died if he had not been wearing a ski helmet. What did we learn afterwards? News became scarce after the immediate aftermath of the accident, with the Schumacher family's next statement coming in April 2014. They said the former F1 champ had shown moments of consciousness and awakening. Three months followed before it was released that Schumacher was no longer in a coma and had left Grenoble Hospital. It was confirmed 3 months after that Schumacher had been transferred from Lausanne Hospital to the family home on the shores of Lake Geneva. The statement read, "Henceforth, Michael's rehabilitation will take place at his home. Considering the severe head injuries he suffered, progress has been made in the past weeks and months." There is still, however, a long and difficult road ahead. In 2015, Schumacher's manager said his condition was improving considering the severeness of the injury he had. A year later, the German's lawyer told a court that his client cannot walk. What's the latest and where is Michael Schumacher now? On the eve of the 2018 F1 season, with the seven-time champion very much in people's minds once again, Schumacher's manager Sabine Kemp shared a small insight into the family's feelings. "What can be said is that the family really appreciates the empathy of the fans," she said. "The people really do see and understand. His health situation is not to be shared in the public eye." After first being treated at Grenoble Hospital, then having rehabilitation at Lausanne's University Hospital, Schumacher has been at his home in Geneva, where a special medical facility has been built for his rehabilitation and treatment. It is reported he is looked after by a 15-strong medical team, with his care costing £115,000 per week. Close relatives have reportedly spoken with the French magazine Paris Match and given a brief insight into the 49-year-old's current well-being. The magazine has quoted one relative as saying, "When you put him in his wheelchair facing the beautiful panorama of the mountains overlooking the lake, Michael sometimes cries." They say that family members are encouraging that Formula One legend Schumacher is still showing emotions. Former Ferrari boss Jean Todt told The Times he sees the ex-champ about twice a month. "I see his family. I wish the situation would be different," he said. What do we know about Michael Schumacher's condition since the accident? The first pictures of Schumacher since the accident were touted around European media outlets for £1 million in December 2016, with police launching an investigation into how the photographs were taken from the German's home in Geneva, Switzerland. Sabine Kemp, Schumacher's manager, said there were no plans to release a statement with an update on the 47-year-old's current plight. "Michael's health is not a public issue, and so we will continue to make no comment in that regard," Kemp said. "We have to protect his intimate sphere. Legally seen and in the longer term, every statement related to his health would diminish the extent of his intimate sphere. Friends' hopes." Speaking in November 2016, Ross Brawn revealed that family and friends of Schumacher are still holding out hope they will see the F1 legend as we knew him. "We go see him and hope and pray that one day he will make a recovery. I was quoted as saying he's improving and it was not what I really meant," Brawn told The Guardian. "The family are conducting his convalescence in private and I need to respect that. So I don't want to comment on his condition beyond saying we're extremely hopeful we'll see Michael as we knew him at some point in the future." In November 2017, it was reported the former Ferrari great's loved ones are holding out hope Schumacher is sending signals from his distant world, according to German magazine Bund. He cannot walk. In 2017, Schumacher's lawyer outlined his client's injuries in court after an article in German magazine Bund claimed the 47-year-old could walk again. A Hamburg court later ruled Bund must pay Schumacher negation 50,000 for the false claims. Felix Dam said simply, "He cannot walk," adding Schumacher is unable to stand even with the assistance of therapists. Bund's report featured a comment from an unnamed friend of Schumacher's, who said, "Michael is very thin. But he can once again walk a little with the help of his therapists. He manages to make a couple of steps. And he can also raise an arm." Kemp also rejected the claims of the magazine, saying, "Unfortunately, we are forced by a recent press report to clarify that the assertion that Michael could move again is not true," Kemp said. "Such speculation is irresponsible, because given the seriousness of his injuries, His privacy is very important for Michael. Unfortunately, they also give false hopes to many involved people. U.S. treatment? In reports on September 20th, it was claimed Schumacher could be moved to the U.S. for specialist treatment. German magazine Bravo claimed relatives were considering a move to the States, where Schumacher owns a cattle ranch in Dallas, Texas. It is hoped a nearby brain specialist, Dr. Mark Meeks, could offer a breakthrough. Dr. Meeks said, "We have extensive experience with trauma patients. There is probably no clinic in Europe that handles as many cases as we do." Michael Schumacher Museum. There is also a plan for a Michael Schumacher Museum, which is expected to open in Cologne in April 2018. Discussing plans for the museum, his agent Kemp said, "During all his active years Michael kept most of his cars and many overalls and helmets. At the back of our minds we had always planned to make them available to the public. The museum was slightly delayed but will open in June." Kemp said, "It displays significant pieces from his personal collection. The fact that this exhibition has found a home at Motor World Cologne, Rhineland is perfect for us." It's situated a few kilometers away from Michael's hometown of Kirpen, while sharing a passion for cars. Fighting fit? A family friend has revealed how his toned physique may be aiding him and that he is doing well in the circumstances. The source added that Corinna and the children hope to this day that a medical miracle happens. The cost of care on the 4th anniversary of the crash, it was reported his home care bills had passed £20 million. But Professor Mark Obermann from the Center for Neurology of the Asklepios Clinic gave the German and his family hope. According to a Swedish study, between 30 and 40% of patients have regained consciousness within 4 years, he said. Many can come back to life and see how their children and grandchildren grow up, what plans they have or what else happens in the family or circle of friends. What have his family said? In April 2017 he revealed his dad is his inspiration. He said, "My role model is my dad. Simply because he is the best, my idol." In August 2017 he marked the 25th anniversary of his father's first F1 win by driving the Benetton car Schumi drove to victory in the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa in 1992. Mick's sister Gina Maria paid tribute to their parents as she collected an award for her Western riding achievements at the Audi Generation Awards in December 2017. The two-time world champion and European champion puts her success down to the support of her parents. "I would like to thank the jury, but especially my parents for the love they give me every day," she said, after revealing she used to go karting with her legendary father but chose a different career path because horses are better. The family own ranches in Texas and Switzerland, and Corinna was a European champion in Western riding too. His manager Sabine Kemm recently passed on a message on behalf of the family saying, "What can be said is that the family really appreciates the empathy of the fans. The people really do see and understand. His health situation is not to be shared in the public eye." F1 fans are also still keeping Schumacher close in their thoughts, with the official Ferrari supporters club unfurling a massive 30-meter-long banner at pre-season testing in Spain ahead of the 2018 season. 2009 aborted comeback attempt. According to former Ferrari boss Luca Cordero di Montezemolo, Schumacher attempted a comeback before his skiing accident. The German had been out of the sport for 5 years when he attempted to return in 2009. He added, "Unfortunately his doctor had to stop him from returning. He was not ready, which was bad for all of us." Schumacher had not fully recovered from a motorcycle accident in which he suffered a fractured skull. why his condition has been kept secret. Speaking at a meeting of media professionals back in March 2016, Schumacher's manager Sabine Kemm lifted the lid on why the comments have just come into the public domain, and reveal why she has never released any information about the F1 legend's condition. In general, the media have never reported on Michael and Corinna's private life, she said. When he was in Switzerland, for example, it was clear he was a private individual. Once in a long discussion, Michael said to me, "You don't need to call me for the next year, I'm disappearing." I think it was his secret dream to be able to do that someday. That's why now I still want to protect his wishes in that I don't let anything get out. Schumacher to move to £27 million luxury house in Mallorca once owned by Real Madrid president Michael Schumacher will reportedly be moved to a luxury home once owned by Real Madrid president Florentino Perez. The 7-time Formula One champion suffered life-threatening injuries in a skiing accident in 2013. Schumacher currently lives in the Swiss town of Gland with his family but is expected to move to Mallorca shortly. The property is valued at £30 million, £27 million, and has a main residence of 3,000 square meters and includes 2 large gardens and 2 swimming pools. There is also believed to be enough room to land a helicopter. I can confirm officially that Michael Schumacher will come to settle in our town and that everything is being prepared here to receive it, village mayor Katia Ruarch told Swiss magazine Lilleaster. Schumacher's son Mick follows in his dad's footsteps. Mick Schumacher won the Formula 3 European title in Hockenheim on Saturday, October 13. He said after the event, "I am absolutely delighted. What this team has achieved over the last year is unbelievable." Schumacher Jr. is driving for the Prema team in the Formula 2 series in 2019, the last hurdle before earning an F1 drive. Lewis Hamilton tips Schumacher's son Mick for F1 success. Lewis Hamilton has tipped Schumacher's son Mick to star in F1 in the near future. Mick, 19, has claimed 8 victories, 14 podiums and the F3 European title this year.